What's up guys, I'm Grant Burton, kinda funny best friend, wanting to be the kinda funny up-and-comer 2020. Just one of the kinda funny up-and-comers 2020 because they're doing two. There's a lot of competition, I realise I don't have much chance of winning, but I'm getting myself out there, showing you what I'm capable of. So, I've done two teasers for this already. Now it's about what can I possibly contribute to Kinda Funny. The obvious thing, just getting it out of the way, is a host. Kinda Funny doesn't need another host, I don't think, but I can contribute in that area if needed. Screencasts is probably where I'm most at home. So I've got 2 degrees in film and television, not bragging, just stating a fact. So I know my films, I know my TV shows. I can totally sit in for Joy or Tim if they're too busy, or Old Man Nick if he needs to have his nap. So yeah, screencast, I can fit in there, no problems. The same goes for in review. If they need someone to be there on shock mic, or if they want someone else on the panel or whatever, I could be in there, talk about the films, have a good laugh and a bit of a goof. Then you've got Kinda Funny Games Daily. If Greg Miller needs someone to sit alongside him and tell him the official list of upcoming software across each and every platform as listed by the Kinda Funny Games Daily show host each and every weekday, I'm your man, I can do that. Hell, I've done that off the top of my head. I know my video games, I played a lot of video games, I've wrote freelance for a couple of small time video game websites, so yeah, I could totally sit in for Kinda Funny Games Daily and, depending on the topic, Gamescast as well, if needed. Then there's KFAF. I'm not going to go out here and say I should be on that show, I shouldn't. That's Nick and Andy's show, plain and simple. But I do have ideas for segments that they can do. If you look at some of the stuff they've done in the past, like ranking Kit Kats, ranking Mountain Dew, ranking Doritos, there's a lot of rankings. So basically, I've got some ideas in there. They could do a bunch of different things. Of course, I'm not going to give all the goods away for free right now. I could post them onto Patreon, but again, bring me up as the up-and-comer. You'll see what I've got in store. Internet Explorers. If Nick's too busy, I could sit alongside Tim and, of course, browse the web with him, do some fun shenanigans stuff, watch some fun clips, share some stuff, whatever's going on. I could totally do Internet Explorers as well. But that's all the hosting stuff. They don't need another host. I can host if they want, but they don't need that. What they need, in my opinion, is stuff behind the scenes. I've got a bunch of short films under my belt. I've been a producer, I've worked on microphones and sound stuff, I've been camera operators, I do my own YouTube channel each and every week. I know my stuff when it comes to film and TV, as well as the tech and the gadgets and all of that sort of thing. So if they need someone to set up cameras, to set up microphones, or to work the boards like Kevin or Cool Greg or Barrett does, I could totally sit in and do that stuff as well, if needed. I can also work the editing software, I can do some editing stuff. Now I have just watched the 12-hour stream. The guy that was on there, whose name I'm forgetting right now, that guy can edit real flash fancy stuff. But if you need something that just needs to be done quick and simple and easy, I'm your man. I can also do some thumbnail stuff as well. If you need some Photoshop stuff done, I've got some elements of expertise in that as well. Some small element, admittedly, but it's there. But as a producer on some of the short films, I've handled things like scheduling and budget and time frames and all of that sort of stuff, the boring administrative stuff. I could help out around the office, do that sort of thing, make phone calls, make cups of coffee or whatever. I can do all of that stuff. I can be assistant, I can be something a bit higher up and maybe doing some of the more important stuff like paperwork and filing or whatever. I've got history in that. It's not something I particularly like doing or want to do, but I can do it if it's needed. But that's all well said and good and whatever, but what can I actually bring to Kinda Funny? Well, if you had asked me this a couple of weeks ago, I would have said I want to do an Xbox-focused PS I Love You style show for Kinda Funny. But it looks like Snowbike Mike and Gary Witter have beat me to it. So yeah, good on them, they're getting that done. What else could I possibly do? Well, if you've looked at the recent weeks on Screencast, they've been really topical and focused. They've been looking at like the most anticipated films and TV shows, and this week I believe they've done what they've been watching, they've been doing reviews and so on. So very focused, very specific, this is what we're talking about this week kind of thing. Which means, what's happening to the news? Well, that's where I could contribute, I think. If it's something Kinda Funny needs or wants, I know there has to be an audience out there that wants to be up to date with the news and wants Kinda Funny's opinions on the news and all the items going on, from actors to directors to new films and so on and so forth. So, in a similar vein to like maybe Daily Fix over at IGN or Inside Gaming, it could be weekly, it could be every day, whatever's needed. I could do a 10-15 minute show, writing it, hosting it, editing it. Someone else could join me on the hosting duties if they want, if they feel like that's a good idea. Focusing in on the news, it'll be very fun, entertaining, a loose script allowing for some improv and comedy and entertainment in there, telling you what's going on in the world of film and TV and streaming and so on and so forth. That means that Kevin Coelho wouldn't have to worry about telling the news each and every week. You would still have your trailer reactions throughout the week or whatever. This would be all about the big goings on, the big attractions, focusing in on what's happening. And one of the reasons I think Kinda Funny kinda needs this is because if you look at their 2 Patreons right now, Kinda Funny Games Daily, there's a lot going on there. You've got Games Daily, Gamescast, you've got all the post-show stuff, and you've got like the weekly streams and so on. So in comparison, the main Kinda Funny side of things is a little on the weaker side right now. You've got the podcast, you've got the weekly shows, but they don't have post shows and so on, the podcast does. You've got We Have Cool Friends and all that stuff. But yeah, just expand on that bit is what I would really think needs to be happening right now. And the show that I've got planned, and this is just one of the ideas I've got. If you don't like it, move on, I've got other ones. I'm Grant Burton. This has just been a brief overview of what I'm capable of, what I can possibly contribute. I realise my chances of being the Kinda Funny up and coming in 2020 are slim. There's a lot of competition. Hell, I saw the guy on the stream yesterday, like I said. I think my chances are really slim right now. But I'm going out there, I'm putting myself out there. I want this real badly, even if it's just for the experience. Of course, this could end up leading to a job, it could end up leading to death. It's 50-50 right now with all that, so I really want to be a Kinda Funny up-and-comer. I really want you to nominate me and support me as much as you possibly can. If you don't, that's fine. I understand. There are other people out there. But this would be a dream come true for me. If you are interested, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at @the_Grant Burton. I usually post my impressions of the latest films and TV shows and video games on there, as well as a bunch of other stuff. You can also subscribe to my YouTube channel. That's where you get most of my creative content. So if you want to see a recent review in depth, then that's where you'll go. If you want to see me talk about something in big, full-on, deep dive attention, that's where you'll go as well. So yeah, check out my YouTube channel, check me out on Twitter and Instagram. Support me if you want. If you don't, that's perfectly fine. Thanks for watching.